Welcome. Make Stocks Fun, Week 7. We're going to be going over what I learned this last week, productivity, and how to make money 2026 using all the resources possible. And my movie, Land of Opportunity, if you haven't seen it yet, I used Google Flow and got 2 minutes, 40 seconds. It's a Pixar like movie. It's kind of like your Finding Nemo and Shrek, and I'm confident that when it's said and done, that my movie could rival what's out there, and maybe even better because the graphics and things like that, and the way that I have the story built, I think it can definitely be mentioned with those top names, if not exceed. And so our one person movie, that's me. I do everything. I'm a storyteller. I'm an editor. I'm doing the putting in my script through Google Flow, animating it, and no, AI just doesn't write my script. They don't. They animate it, but um, sometimes it's on and sometimes it's off. Mostly it's off. I have to shoot a lot of takes to get my 8-second clip. Put it this way, last or 2 weeks Saturday, I spent all day on my next segment, which was 8 seconds. I took what was best, what they gave me, and to me, it's still not good enough. So I still have to go back to the drawing board and work this stuff out. In this 2 minute, 40-second clip, it's not perfect. There's little dialogue things that can be improved, and the script, it's just a placeholder, until I get better and start really hammering where I want the whole storyline. Because I have a book written and it's based off of that, but there's still a lot of other environments and things that have come up that I want to take advantage of in developing the whole story the way that Google Flow can provide it. It's mind blowing anyway. I watched it over 200 times. I'll watch it probably another 1,000 or 1,500, and I have no problem. I don't get bored by it at all. It's just mind blowing every time I see it. So definitely check it out. That's my goal, 90 minutes. If I do everything like I did this last month, 10 months, I would have an hour done. But that's unrealistic because I have to build my characters out, right? So I'm going to take the characters that are in my script. Lolly, he's a bear that works with me. He's my mascot on Make Stocks Fun. And I had him developed from Fiverr a couple years ago. And, he just kind of stuck with me. And I sold some seminar, or some booklets, like some training manuals on how to make money in stocks, what basic terms and terminology. I put a package together, sold about $100. So I was doing that with my close friends and things like that, just get feedback and see, make sure it was 5 stars and stuff like that. So I got Lolly the bear, and then other characters I've been working on is Rich from the Rad and Rich series. It's another series. I'm a script writer, so I write a lot of scripts, right? The World of Warcraft movie, the movie based off of it. I don't know if you've seen it or not. You probably didn't because it was a flop, and it had great potential. And my movie might be somewhere in that realm of that concept. That movie failed because the person that ended up doing the movie or writing it was just a fan of the game. He wasn't a storyteller. So if you have a storyteller that does this every day, which I storytell every day, and I'm going to get better at throwing things out. But I want to get into what I've done, what I've learned, where I'm going, and hopefully have some idea of how this all carries through. But Lolly the bear, we got Rich from the Rich and Rat series. The rat is evil with the pig, and I made him look cool to me, so personable, so people aren't scared of him or whatever. He's just carrying out the plot of an evil doing, right? So basically, when it comes time, we'll be fighting against their army and stuff like that, and that's how the movie carries out. But right now, I've been working on the character build. So Mother's Day is the next thing on the holiday list. So I wrote a Mother's Day book. Now I'm still trying to figure out. AI gives me mixed things. Like the AI will say it's like whole category on Amazon, and they told me before I even did the book, there's high level competition. Amazon, or I mean Disney has their own books out. I'm sure that it's a category that's already been done. I just haven't. When I search Amazon and say Mother's Day book, I haven't found anything like mine. And how is mine different? Well, first of all, I got my characters, so no book is going to have my characters in it, and that's part of the fun of it because they're telling a story, and it brings together some elements, some games that I have. There's a hidden mystery game that ends a phrase, and then there's a little drawing thing, so then people can connect with me that buy the book and send in a drawing, and I'm going to send them a secret, another activity that they can do. So it's a really cool idea, and I put it together very well, and I'm on KDP, Amazon KDP, with my first book, Mother's Day, and then the second one is Johnny's Big Bash. It's a birthday party book. Johnny's Birthday Bash, and it's learn the value of money. That's for you, either. The value of money. So, and this is a concept, obviously tied in with my Make Stocks Fun concept, and it's a cool idea. It's inspired by myself. When I was 6 years old, I had a great relationship with my great grandma. Every other word from her was Lord and God. So yeah, of course, it's going to seep into your brain or what have you. But to me, it was a whole nother level. It meant that, I could sense there was more to this life than just what meets the eye. It was something beneath it all. And at a young age, I picked that up. And we had a big family. We have reunions, 100, 200 people. We'd take a picture every year and do a little BBQ thing out, in August or what have you. But I talked to my other cousins. They didn't get what I got out of my great grandma, So it's more than just learning money and stocks and stuff like that. It's more about valuing money in a spiritual sense. Like, you'll have a job, you have 401k, but you'll learn that there can be some evil doings, like to take your bottom line. Things in life aren't always just clean cut, and you probably experienced something that has happened that you felt robbed by and things like that. I mean, that's just life, right? There's good and bad in your life. There's good and bad in this book. It's just so little Johnny can kind of see the world in the eyes, like the reality of it. So basically, I just want to give them what I had at a young age, and that's why I created a book. And then the other one I'm going to create is for girls, like Olivier's Big Dream. So that's the next book after this one. But this book is almost done. Like, I literally, on the way home, I was thinking about Lowy Bear and what I want to do to also promote other than books. And, they were talking t-shirts, stickers. Another idea I had, I was in Whole Foods and I seen a dauber and a little book to go. But it had nothing like a storyline, or it was basic, but it still was a really good idea, I thought. It was like $14. I thought, the price point's pretty good. You get a dauber and stick it up. But what if you had a cool bear and a storyline in places and it meant something, right? And so, again, a storyteller will see the world a little differently than just somebody just trying to make some bucks. I didn't know their brand or anything like that. It looked very generic anyway. It just looked like a bingo dauber, and you just, you know, have fun with it. But I'll buy it maybe, and I'll do a video of it, and we'll see what I'm talking. But anyway, I was at a hobby store, and I got the rubber pad, and AI said, you know, with their instructions, I can just go ahead and just cut away the bear's head, and make a print out of it. So that's kind of where I'm at. And just for fun, and see where I also, you know, there's a guy on YouTube that whittles wood and makes one by one gnomes and mushrooms and things like that. So it's kind of cool if I maybe do something like that on a video and real time and what have you, and see that my characters being built. And like I said, and I'm a story guy, I can relay a story that makes sense and maybe relay it to your world. Like, I think everybody wants to make money in their own business and their own endeavors and whatnot, and make it be simple, right? Where you don't have to pay and figure out like a bunch of stuff that doesn't work, and then you get distracted, or, you know, you just want to blow it off and whatnot. So as I go on, you know, I'm going through those hurdles, through the motions. You know, like I said, KDP, relatively easy. You know, I had Mother's Day book. I wanted Easter, but I was too late. So it just, boom, you know, Mother's Day's next. I'll do a Mother's Day book. I'll throw some activities in it. But I got really positive reviews from my book. You know, a lot of people love it. Like, they were like, this is great. We haven't seen anything quite like this. And I think it's a win. And I'm hoping that way. And I'll let you know. I should be able to get KDP approved. There was some discrepancy. I went outside trim lines and things like that. But it's my first book. So, you know, things are going to happen. But I think now, outside maybe the cover kicking back, maybe that's an issue. I don't see it being an issue, but hopefully it's not. And that's approved, and then I can start rolling it out, and I have a month to sub and see what I can do. Drum up characters via Google Flow, maybe do some videos there. I already do posts and things like that. My Instagram makes that fun. And, you know, I try to do daily things, but when I crank out a book a week or better, you know, the Mother's Day book really didn't take that long. And like I said, this whole concept of Johnny's birthday bash just came up to me on the way home from buying the Dauber thing. So, and now I'm pretty much done. I mean, I have to edit it tomorrow and things like that, put it together, the whole thing, but I'm on page like 32 already, because I already had in my head kind of by the Make Stocks Fun, and I'm a storyteller, so things can happen really quick, and I just gotta keep the momentum going and get it out there. And then with my characters, you know, just have TikTok and YouTube shorts, do 8-second videos, and tie everything together. Other than that, I just want to leave on a note, like, if you are starting a business and things like that, you know, I'm learning more about like what Walt Disney would do in my shoes, and I'm learning like Subway. It took 10 years before they were successful. You know, they were just balancing their books, and then time came where they're either going to give in and say this just doesn't work, or go big and get another store. And they end up getting another store, and then in that 10 years, after the first 10 years, they got 5,000 stores. So it's a haul. And you got to just keep reminding yourself that this is a long-term gain. Even with AI and all the powerful things that are out there, it's still a concept that, you know, you got to start here, and then you got to have goals. To me, this board is awesome. I wish I'd done this a while back, but you can lay out all your ideas, your daily tasks, and things like that to guide you, and that's really helped me. But every week we'll go ahead and do these videos, and I'll get better and hopefully start making some money on some of this stuff, and then come back to you what does work, what doesn't work, what marketing, do you need paid marketing, all that good stuff. So stick with me, stick with the channel, we'll get better from here on out. Thank you. Have a great day.